What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing the weekly reading for the week of December 31st through January 6th. Let me start off by saying Happy New Year. It was a crazy, fantastic 2017, and we're moving into 2018 now, and it's the first week of 2018, and we gotta get this year off to the right start. And in order to do that, we're gonna have a great week, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to give you the information you need to make this first week of 2018 the best week possible, and I'm gonna do that through the Untamed Truth Oracle deck. It's new to deck to me. I've used it a little bit, and I wanted to break it in with a weekly reading, so that's what we're gonna do here today. And if you would, please give me a moment to center myself and ask the tarot cards a question, or the oracle deck the question, I should say. What do we need to know in order to make this the best week possible? Alright, that ought to do it. We're going to look at 3 cards, and what we'll do is look at them individually and then see if there's a message that they contain as a whole, as a unit. So, don't you just love the backs of these cards? They're so colorful. What a great way to start off the year. Untamed Truth. Alright, let's look at this first card here, and we've got conflict. I mean, there's conflict in all of our lives. There's, all different levels of conflict. And the gist I'm getting from this card is that you've been here before. You know how to deal with conflict. And the conflict can manifest in your life so many different ways this week. Whether it's minimal, minor, such as, your computer not working, or huge conflicts with other people, or you have falling outs with friends that you've had for a long time, or somewhere in between. This is a reading for a large group of people, so you're gonna have varying degrees of conflict in your life this week. But I think the thing to take away from this card is that you've been here before and you know how to deal with it, and your role as a human being is to change conflict into opportunity, to transmute it. Take this negative energy and change it into positivity. And what we learn from conflict is a lesson. We learn how to become better people. Through conflict, we rise above the conflict, we learn from it, and we become better people as a result. So I think a large part of what's going to get you through any conflict that you may perceive this week is going to be your attitude towards it. Are you going to allow conflict to destroy you, or are you going to allow conflict to lift you up? And that's something that you should really think about as you go through this first week of 2018, because like I said, this week sets the tone for the whole year, right? You're setting the tone now for the next 12 months, and I think conflict is always going to be there, and it shouldn't be something that you should conflict isn't something that you should feel negatively about. Conflict is something that you should feel positively about. Allow conflict to help you to grow, learn from it, and become better because of it. So yes, conflict is going to come up this week. It comes up every week, doesn't it? Okay, but don't let it get the best of you, and you're going to be a better person because of it in the end. That's a good first card. Let's check out card number 2. Ooh, we've got water. And it seems this conflict is going to have something to do with the emotions, something to do with flow. When I see this card, I think of the flowing of emotions, and the conflict that you're likely to see this week, now that we've seen more cards, I'm getting is an emotional conflict. A conflict that disrupts the way that you're moving through this week. You have this idea of what you want this week to be like, and you're moving through it, and things are flowing, and then this conflict comes, and you hit it, right? Your flow of water kind of hits it. And there's 2 things you can do. You can be a little bit static, right, and allow this conflict to get the best of you. or you can be like water and flow around, as Bruce Lee would say. Okay, water flows around. It finds the path of least resistance, and it goes around and it keeps on flowing. It's not going to allow conflict to get the better of it. The flow will continue if you allow it to, if you are more allowing. And so I think the thing to take away from this card is to be in more of acceptance of what is. Rather than fighting against conflict and butting your head against it, flow around it and find the path of least resistance that's going to enable you to get back into that flow state. You want to return to that flow state as quickly as possible while still absorbing the lesson of the conflict. So be like water, be more free, be more accepting of the way things are this week, and I think you're going to have a much smoother week. I think you're going to find that flow again when you do butt heads with conflict. So I think there's a nice message in there in the water. So let's take out this last card. Oh, and we've got fire. Interesting. We got two elements here. So I think what we're seeing here is the way to get back into the flow. You know, once our flow is disrupted by conflict, the fire says you're going to have to kind of ignite your passions a little bit in order to get back into the swing of things. So the fire element's going to be needed this week. You're going to need to stay motivated, stay creative, and stay productive. The fire, you know, I think of the Wands energy in tarot of doing, of creating, of putting energy into things. And so I think what this card is saying, and now that we've seen these cards as a whole, I think this fire card is saying that you're going to need some passion this week. It's not good enough to just go with the flow. You're going to have to push that water a little bit. Okay, you're going to have to push yourself. And you know, it's all about allowing things to come to you, staying in that flow state, but at the same time exerting your creative force on this week. And now that we've seen these cards as a whole, I think the picture here is that this week is going to be an opportunity for you to grow through conflict. And the conflict is going to challenge you. Whatever conflict arises this week is going to challenge you. But the way forward is to embody these two earth elements, the water and the fire. Move effortlessly around the conflict and then put that energy in so that you don't stall out because of conflict. Does that make sense? So whatever obstacles arise, whatever difficulties arise this week, remember that you have the ability to make them basically irrelevant. And not to say irrelevant, because these conflicts arise so that we can learn a lesson. But in order for you to learn the lesson, you're going to need to embody the flow state of water and the energetic state of fire at the same time. Go around the conflict and then push yourself forward so that, you know, the energy of the conflict doesn't linger. You know, it doesn't stall you out. It doesn't. Instead of look at this analogy, the conflict could stall you out and create a pond, or it can divert you. And you can create a river. Does that make sense? Water's flowing and the conflict arises. And if you allow the conflict to stop you, you're going to create a pond and the energy is going to be stagnant. But if you go around the obstacle and then keep pushing with that fire energy, keep pushing, you're going to create a river that's going to reach the ocean. That little raindrop from the cloud went down the mountain and went to the ocean. And I don't know. These are analogies, may make sense, they may not. That's up to you to decide. But okay, that's cool. This week is going to show us that we can rise above. That nothing is going to stop you. And it may be a big conflict in your life. It may be something that's, you know, seemingly going to really put a halt in your plans, but it doesn't have to be that way. If you embody these earth elements, if you remember to be like water and then to push forward with fire, and I think that you're going to have a great week where conflict is not going to affect you the way it might have if you had allowed it, if you had this negative idea about it. Oh no, the conflict is here. Well, this is going to take a long time to figure out. It's going to be painful. Oh no, I don't like this. Don't have that mentality that's going to stall you out. Have the positive mentality. This is a lesson for me to learn. This is an obstacle that's going to be a stepping stone on my way to wherever I'm trying to go. And a stepping stone lifts you up. It doesn't get in your way. Okay, cool? Not cool? I don't know. That's the first week of of January of 2018, and it's going to be a good one. Now, I want to say Happy New Year again to all of you. Thank you for all the support you give me in this last year. If you haven't checked out my year ahead readings, go check those out for each of the zodiac signs. Go find your sign, figure out what's coming down the line for you in 2018. If you haven't done that already, if you have, thank you for checking out my videos. Have a safe New Year's celebration, please. Don't go too crazy, okay? But enjoy yourself at the same time. So I want to wish you all a fantastic 2018. Like I said, this has been a year of just great abundance and joy and love, and I thank you for being a part of that. I really do. So have a great 2018. Plenty of videos coming down the line. Be sure to like this video if you did like it, and lets me know you enjoyed it, got something out of it. Comments in the comment section, put those down there. Anything you want to say about these readings, this reading, and anything you want to say about the new year, and subscribe if you haven't already to stay up to date on all the videos. All right, one last time, Happy New Year, friends, family, loved ones. I love you guys all, and I wish you a happy 2018. All right, leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.